The member for Corangamite.
Thank you very much, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister for the Environment and Energy. Will the minister update the House on action the government is taking to make our energy system more reliable and affordable for hard-working Australian households and businesses? Is the minister aware of any challenges to securing energy reliability and affordability?
The Minister for Energy and the Environment.
Thank you, Mr Speaker, and I thank the member for Corangamite for her question. I know about her deep concern for businesses in her electorate, like AKD Softwoods, who have seen their gas and electricity prices increase dramatically, and they employ around 300 people in Colac and her electorate. And she, like all those on this side of the House, are committed to putting downward pressure on electricity prices and stabilising our system, cleaning up for the Labor Party's mess by ensuring that more gas is available to the domestic market, abolishing the limited merits review, which the Labor Party now is sending to committee so they can consult their union mates, and getting major concessions from the retailers, which will ensure lower power bills for Australians. Now, I'm asked, are there any challenges to this approach? Well, we know that the Leader of the Opposition, he wasn't the people's choice and no longer is he the workers' choice, Mr Speaker, because he's selling out. He's selling out the blue-collar workers by his commitment to close coal-fired power stations. It's in his election platform, and despite putting on the high-vis vest and going out and saying coal has a future in Australia, he has supported motions in this parliament that says coal has no future in Australia, Mr Speaker. Now, with the Leader of the Opposition with comments like that, you can understand why the member for Port Adelaide is all at sea. Because last week he was interviewed on ABC Breakfast in Melbourne and asked 6 times, do you support keeping open coal-fired power stations or do you support closing them? So Raphael Epstein said, what do you want to do? He said, oh, well, they will close really by virtue of the age. So Epstein asked him again, do you want to encourage them to be open or closed? I'm sure that's not necessarily the right analysis. So Epstein tried again. Do you want to close or open the coal-fired power stations? Member for Port Adelaide, we've got to get that number down. He tried again. Do you want to encourage them to stay open or to close? He couldn't answer it. So then Raphael Epstein said, that's an observation, not a judgment. I'm asking for a judgment. Do you want them to close?
Member for Kingston is warned.
We need to replace coal-fired power with energy and clean energy, Mr Speaker. So there you have it. The member for Port Adelaide, who last week couldn't answer the question 6 times, who last night interviewed on RN Drive couldn't answer the question 9 times, doesn't know whether your policy is to keep coal-fired power stations open or closed. And with advice from the Australian Energy Market Operator that keeping coal-fired power stations is in the interest of Australian consumers, keeping prices lower and the system more stable, the Labor Party should change their policy.